And he got no NFL snaps. All right, time for one big question about teams with new head coaches. Kevin, give me one big question about the Jets.
Is Justin Fields a franchise quarterback? So far, he hasn't been. We know what he does well. Statistically, he is the best scrambler on a per dropback basis since he came into the league. That's good. We know we can throw the deep ball, but he's got to marry that all together. I think Aaron Glenn has the capability to be the next Dan Campbell. Can Justin Fields be Jared Goff?
Is this his last shot as an NFL starter, you think he would?
I think so. I mean, you look at what happened in Chicago, then what happened in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I think the Jets are going to be conscientious about Taylor making this offense around him. If it doesn't happen this year, I don't see it happening.
Nick, give me one big question about the Jags.
Well, the big question is, will Liam Cohen be able to teach the Jags how to play consistent offense? And will the Jags be able to teach Liam Cohen how to say Duval? Not whatever he was doing before. That's the most important thing. At some point in this season, you got to nail the Duval and start with that Duval. Like, that ain't it.
Kev, what about Trevor Lawrence? Do you think, will he finally take that huge leap that we've been waiting for?
He has to, because the roster's not very good there. He has not played behind even an average offensive line in pass protection since he entered the league. That's a failure of the outgoing general manager, Trent Baalke. It's James Gladstone's task to build it in front, and so far he's done a good job. But he has the most overthrows in the NFL by a quarterback since he came into the league. He had 4 a game last year. It's on him. The trenches are going to be okay this year. It's on him to make that leap. I think he can.
Big Wood, how about your former squad where you won a Super Bowl? One big question about the Patriots.
I think for me is, can you surround Drake May with enough weapons on offense? We've seen the moves that Mike Vrabel and company has done with this Patriots team, particularly on the defensive side of the football. They've added that. We know that they signed Stephon Diggs. He's coming off the ACL. I think he's going to help. But they got to continue to add on that side of the ball. Give Drake May an opportunity, because what we saw from Drake May last year was very encouraging. You just got to continue to build upon it. This Patriots team could be a team that could make a big leap this year.
Listen, I want you to look at this. 7 teams have moved on from their head coaches, found replacements in the offseason. I'm talking about the Cowboys. I'm talking about the Jets, the Bears. Which team you think, with the new head coach, has the best chance to make the playoffs? What do you think, Kev?
The Chicago Bears. They came into last year with, conservatively, hindsight being 2020, the dumbest plan I've ever seen in my entire life. They had a generational quarterback prospect whose fatal flaw was holding onto the ball too long. So what do? You build the worst offensive line in football in front of him. That is astoundingly stupid. This year, they come in, they figure out the trenches immediately. He had the most unblocked pressures, unblocked sacks by any rookie quarterback in history. That won't happen next year. He gets much better next year to make the playoffs.
Nick, what do you think? Which team?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's the Jaguars, and it's about the division. The 6 games that they'll have to play will be easier than some of these other teams. And I think I'd push back a little bit about the Bears having the worst offensive line in football. It might have been the Patriots, but there's a lot of bad O-lines in football. I will think, though, that the Jags, in their situation, they could get lucky. There's at least 2 teams in that conference that have a lot of unanswered questions, more unanswered questions at important positions than they do.
D. Wood, what do you think?
I'm going with the Patriots. Yeah, I'm going with the Patriots. Listen, I'm a big fan of Mike Vrabel.
Yes.
I think Mike Vrabel, we've seen what he did with the Tennessee Titans during his tenure there. Coming over, Drake May, I'm a huge fan of Drake May and his upside. We've seen all the pieces that they've accumulated thus far. They're going to add more to it, particularly on offense. I like the Patriots.
All of y'all wrong. Cowboys, did you see the idea that Prescott put out? Did you see the workout idea that he put out there? I'm sold. We're back in the Super Bowl next season.
Okay.
We're back in.
Okay.
All right. Just off that workout video.
We're back.
You know, we put together a fundamental list to celebrate our top 5 NFL siblings. All right? Top 5 NFL siblings. All right? Here we go. Start at number 5. Bam! Put it up on the list, y'all. We got to go to the Watt brothers. JJ, TJ Watt. You know the Watt brothers are each Defensive Player of the Year. Big brother JJ, he won the award 3 times between 2012, 2015. Tied with Lawrence Taylor, Aaron Donald for the most all time. Plus, he's good on TV as well. 2021, little brother had the 22.5 sacks, tying Michael Strahan's single-season record. So you got to have the Watt brothers on there. At number 4, bam, put it on the board. Oh, talk about longevity. How about Bruce and Clay Matthews? combined to play a remarkable 38 seasons combined with those guys. Bruce spent his entire career with the Oilers, the Titans. He started 293 out of 296 games. 14-time Pro Bowler. Clay spent those 16 seasons in Cleveland, 278 games, part of the Browns team that reached those 3 infamous AFC Championship games in the late 80s. We don't have to talk about what happened in those games. But we get to number 3. Bam! Put it on the board. Oh, while other siblings on this list certainly will be Hall of Famers one day, you want to talk about the only brothers to be elected in the Pro Football Hall of Fame? Our own Shannon Sharpe, won 3 Super Bowls in a 4-span season with the Broncos, the Ravens. Big brother Sterling became the second player since the 1970 merger to win the receiving Triple Crown. After Jerry Rice, you know they had to be on my list. Number 2. Bam! Put them on the board. Oh, the Kelce's. You got to have the Kelce brothers on here. Each play against each other in a Super Bowl. Jason, 6-time first-team All-Pro center, helped lead the Eagles to the first Super Bowl championship in 2017. Plus, he's part of the family. You got to have him on. Travis, arguably the best tight end ever to play in the game. He's won 3 Super Bowls. Main option for that modern-day Chiefs dynasty. Plus, he's dating Taylor Swift. You got to give me his props for that. Number 1, it's obvious. Bam! The Mannings. The Mannings. Amongst the most durable players ever at their position. Eli, 3rd longest streak of QB starts in NFL history. Peyton owns the 4th longest, each starting over 200 consecutive games. Peyton won a record 5 MVPs. First quarterback to win a Super Bowl with multiple franchises. Eli, not 1, but 2 of the most improbable playoff runs of all time. 2 Super Bowl MVPs. And he outdueled Tom Brady, let's not forget, and Bill Belichick on the biggest stage, and he did it twice. That's our fundamental list of the top 5 siblings in the National Football League. My brothers, what do you think? What do you think?
That's pretty good, man.
It's pretty good, ain't it?
Yeah, pretty good list.
Pretty good list.
I'll give you some props on that, B-Cut.
Come on. You got to go. These guys were great.
Yeah, no
These
question.
guys great defensively.
Yeah.
Longevity.
Yeah.
Only brothers ever in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
I mean, playing in the Super Bowl, brothers playing in Super Bowl together, and they won. And then, I mean, what they've done can be unmatched.
Well, first of all, I have 2 jobs. I work for ESPN and Omaha Productions.
Okay.
I'm a bit conflicted.
So we know where you go.
But as a neutral observer, I have to say it's the Mannings. Of course, the best thing you can say is that if